real estate matters with King Realtor. On the air with me is
the gifted goddess Radio Spice.
Okay, so we're going to cover today's local news in real estate. Waterfront community Makoko residents protest demolition of homes in Lagos. Residents of Makoko, a densely populated waterfront community along the 3rd mainland bridge in Lagos, on Tuesday protested the demolition of their homes, which began about 3 weeks ago. They accused Lagos State government of extending the exercise beyond the agreed 30-meter power line setback without notice or resettlement plans. The protesters, under the banner of the Makoko Community Development Association, blocked parts of the waterfront and prevented bulldozers from entering the community.
Okay. So they're literally protesting that their houses
their houses are being pulled
demolished.
Okay, so I agree that that area, the water is really populated. Really
Makoko is a community is built on water.
And I think that is something that is on some other parts of the world. They actually, it's actually an attraction. And yes, there are some
other parts of the world, King Ray.
Yes,
have you been to Makoko before?
Yes, I have been. No, it should be clean.
Yes.
I agree that it should be clean, but I think the whole floating house concept, I feel
beautiful.
Like we could have reimagined it,
yes,
in a way that was still inclusive of the residents in that area, as opposed to complete demolition. And as some of them are complaining that it's about, okay, fine, they mentioned that there's the tension wire, the electrical wires and all that. There's some of them, but now some of them are saying that it's even more, that the demolition has gone beyond that to affect other people from that community. And some of those people in that community have been there for years.
Some people were birthed there. Some people live there. Generations have lived.
There's a whole culture and lifestyle. You have people that come to Lagos and go to Makoko, right? Just to see,
as a side attraction,
just to see. I'm not saying that it's something. Yes, I know that they are part of the world. They talk about floating.
It's not a sight for sore eyes, by the way, but it's a side attraction. It's not a sight for sore eyes.
I mean, it is something that we could have reimagined.
True. I definitely agree with you on that one and Makoko.
And I think we should reimagine, because I know that it's not all of it that's being completely pulled down. Is it all of it?
I would want to think that they're making plans to ensure that people whose houses they've demolished, there is a way for them to get some houses. But that's
what they are saying, that they are not being reallocated to any other properties.
So where do you want me to go after demolishing my house?
Especially since a lot of them, if not all, are way below, are within a certain financial bracket where they may not be able to afford being able to move from where they are to a new property.
You see surveyors, and that's why it's really important. We've mentioned it quite a number of times, to do your due diligence before you buy a property in Lagos, because you don't know what the blueprint is. 1, 2, there are residential areas, there are agricultural areas, there are areas for markets and shops and stores and all of that.
Yeah, but I think they are predominantly fisher.
Exactly, but I think there's a power line there.
Yes, there is,
and that's the issue. There's a power line there, and you shouldn't be under a power line.
You shouldn't be for your safety. You shouldn't be on that.
Because one day when one wire traps up and then you literally,
and it's water
will wipe off people on the water. People that I can't even imagine what will happen if that kind of situation occurred in Nigeria.
I don't want to imagine. Let's not
imagine it, because no.
Okay. Federal government orders immediate night repairs on Lagos Ota Abeokuta Road. The federal government has ordered the immediate commencement of nighttime repairs on the Lagos Ota Abeokuta Road to address critical failures and restore traffic flow on the busy corridor. The Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, said the intervention followed an assessment of about 22 kilometers off the road, with active repairs focusing on roughly 18 kilometers identified as the most distressed sections. Lagos State government vows more housing projects in 2026 to bridge housing deficits. The Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to reducing the housing shortfall in the state this year, promising the delivery of additional residential units across the region. The assurance came from the Commissioner for Housing, Mr. Moruf Akinderu Fatai, during an appraisal of the ministry's 2025 activities. He highlighted the successful completion and commissioning of the Akinsoya Sonny Ajose and Abraham Adesoya housing schemes, parcels A and B. I'm really excited about this, addressing the whole housing deficit, because as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of Lagosians, especially living in shanties and corners and crooks and corners, and sometimes even at night you just see people lying on the streets, right there in the middle of the express road. They'll cover themselves with we have a call coming through. They cover themselves with tarpaulin and just sleep right there on the road. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Please adjust the volume of your radio set. It is affecting the call.
I'm Aliu from
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Aliu.
Hello.
Please, we need you to turn off your radio so we can have a smooth conversation.
Yeah, I've moved the radio to the last point.
Okay, sir, talk to us.
Thank you very much. Join the call.
So the area I want to come in is about the Abeokuta Express route, about traffic.
Okay.
So one of the persons that living in that Ogun State.
Yes.
So the problem of traffic as an issue is about the federal government to play the right place, because like that.
Mr. Aliu,
we still can't hear
please
you.
turn off your radio completely. So when you're calling, it's important that you turn off the radio completely so we can have a smooth conversation, because we can hear feedback and it's not great.
It's not good. It's affecting the sound. Okay, so please call back Mr. Aliu from VI. We hear you when you talk about the traffic, the Lagos. I think you're referring to the Lagos Ota Abeokuta Road. So please call back so that you can join the conversation. Okay, call has come through. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is that. Okay. Thank you that you. Thank you for calling back and joining. Yes. What were you saying just now?
You have said the traffic about the problem traffic in Lagos. If federal government can have the good thing to do with the Lagosians, let us, if there is a route come out from Ogun State, Ijoku,
Yes.
Ijoku to Lisa, down to something that will come out from Mowe Bafu. So from Abeokuta to Mowe Bafu, from Musongo to Mowe Bafu, at least if they can do the route, the road, anybody from Abeokuta, from Ibadan to that place, then from Abeokuta to that place, they come out at the Bafu. I think there's no any traffic will stop all the traffic in Lagos. But in Lagos State and Lagos State and Ogun State, they don't have to serve exactly what they're supposed to. They're not supposed to do the thing what they're supposed to do. That's why the problem of traffic is going on in Lagos State. And this is mega city. So please, you guys will help us talk to the government. That route from Songo to Layemi, from Layemi to Mowebafu. I think there's a far distance. So if they can be able to do the road, and there's a big public, even myself, I have a house in that everybody is backing out now because of the road. Nothing good about it. And cheap population, as the election is coming now, all the Britain is coming to beg to vote for them.
They should now.
And then, you see, they're coming to beg to vote for them.
Then they should do the road.
Then there's no road. As I'm telling you, if you calculate the money you are entering Okada, from some go to that place now, a year it gives you so many millions. People are running away from that place, and the road is continuing spoiling.
So it's even affecting the property value of the
Exactly.
Yes, Lagos people are complaining about traffic, and that's why if they can be able to separate that road, I think the whole traffic of Lagos will go down. So let God just bless them. Let them talk to them. When they try to come back to negotiate that route, so that the federal government will do something about it, and this problem will cut off. Imagine you are going to work, you cannot be reaching time. You have been spending money for the motor to take you to where you are going. The traffic will not allow you to go. So all this type of a thing is very bad. And also,
yes,
if that place I'm telling you, there's some places like police, like churches members, they are inside that site. You know, say it's a site.
Yes.
They are there taking life of people because the government don't reach there. Taking life of people, killing people, do the wrong thing. As I'm telling you, my own daughter died last week. I already told you the radio man now. As you say, after I drop this message, please, if I'm able to know where your radio station is, I will come in because he give me the number to try to show to call. But before I die, the number.
Mr. Ali, I'm very sure that
Mr. Ali, you called in the morning and very early in the morning,
Yes,
right?
I'm the one that
Okay,
called
I
I'm the one that
remember
called
you.
this morning.
But I
Yeah,
haven't
so-
seen your Mr. Ali. Wait, hang on. I haven't seen your message yet.
The number. I'm trying to dial the number.
No, I'm saying send a WhatsApp message. Mr. Ali,
Okay, yeah, I have it.
send a WhatsApp message to that number.
Okay.
A WhatsApp
Okay.
message. Thank you.
Yeah, wait, Abi.
Yes. Send a WhatsApp message. Yes.
Alright.
Just my name is Mr. Ali. I was the one that called in to talk about my daughter who died. Yes. Then we'll not take it from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Amen.
All right,
Thank you.
and
Thank you
our
very much.
condolences on the loss of your daughter. Well, that is very tragic, and
Yeah.
it's a very important thing that he has brought up. Yes, roads and infrastructures like this are very important,
I
very
agree.
crucial, and it's even good that you are talking about it now when they talk about providing fixing the roads, providing better electricity and lights on those roads so as to reduce crime rates in those areas.
You see lights? I had come on here
Street lights.
over and over again talking about the street lights. Because when you leave the third mainland bridge, as soon as you're about to get on the
Yes.
Bagada Oshiki Expressway, there's no light.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was
And
clamoring,
that
but guess
darkness,
what?
anything can happen in
Guess
that
what?
darkness.
They actually did do it.
Yes.
They were starting from Oshodi, so they
Yes.
did the lighting until they got to
Mhm,
Bagada, which was good and applauded because I came on here to say thank you very much. I said thank you because once you're leaving third mainland bridge, once you get to Yanaworo,
Yes.
the Bagada axis is just dark.
darkness.
And someone had passed on. And someone had died. He rammed into a car that was stationary there.
Oh my
A
goodness.
truck that was stationary there. His friends did a protest, but I mean, they just
I mean,
waved
what
it.
what Mr. Liu is doing is a step towards helping. Keep calling, getting people aware about this new Songo to Moe to Layemi area. Oh, we lost that call that came through to Layemi area. Just keep calling, keep talking about it to Moe Gbafo. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, Antonia from Ojo.
Hello, Antonia from Ojo.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. And we spoke this year now. But yes, how do you want to join our conversation today?
Yes, this Makoko issue. It's entire about. I don't know how they would do those people there because I think when I was walking around the Gutemeta,
Yes.
I used to go to that area. That area is very dirty. I don't know what to call that.
It is actually very polluted. The waters need to be cleaned.
I don't know.
There needs to be some sort of
They
sanitation
need to
going
move
on.
those
Yes.
to another environment. That
Well,
area is.
I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
Not a
I was scared of
complete
even going
displacement. Not a complete displacement of the residents of that area. But yes,
I just wish there was a vision for
there
that
needs
area.
to be a plan for
I
that
hope the
area.
government has a kind of good plan for them.
That's
not
a hair. It's not just about demolition.
Because
What is
they
the
are
plan? What is the
contributing
next
to
step?
GDP of the,
It's a fishing community.
Yeah.
A lot of the seafood, prawns, all those hair, those fresh.
Because I love that jargon very well. That's very fun. Thank you, ma.
All right, thank you so
very
much.
Okay. Hello. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I'm Osai calling from Ogun State, ma.
Hello,
Osai.
Osai from Ogun State. How do you want to join today's conversation?
Yes, I want to say Happy New Year. I missed last year's opening, the first edition of the year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. And then I want to ask about estate doctor. What's happening? I haven't heard from him for a while.
I said Dr.
He was here last week.
He was here
You missed him last
You
week.
missed him last week. He was on air last week, and I'm sure he will be on air by next week. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, what I want to talk about is this Ota Road that people said the government said they want to do. We haven't seen any sign that they want to do it because the road uphill going towards Land University.
Yes.
That road is getting worse. The gashes rather in the road, on the road, all the way from that place up to Ojuore. It's terrible. Yeah, they're fixing the road in Ojuore and the bridge, but while fixing it, we are all suffering. So if they do it, that would be nice. I would be very, very grateful. And then I want to say this short leg you mentioned is an issue. Because because can all of us have short legs? It's possible.
There are certain standards that your property should meet for you to be able to feature as a short leg or an Airbnb.
Constant electricity, constant water.
I mean,
security. There's so many things.
There's so many things.
Yes,
that you should that you should meet for you to open a room in your apartment or your property for business.
Okay, but maybe we talk about it really because one of my friends came in from outside the country. They had to change accommodation 5 times
because of short legs.
They didn't meet up with the standards.
They didn't meet those standards.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Osai from Ogun State, for joining the conversation. We will still go into that that short legs issue because that short legs issue I feel like it's a 2-episode conversation because we're going to talk about from both the resident, the clients and the property managers, the short legs managers.
Is it those property managers?
Let's not go into that now. Okay. Ogun communities reject 3-day evacuation notice, insist land is ancestral. Okay. Leaders of 15 communities located behind the Ogun State Government Secretariat in Okemusa, Abeokuta have opposed the 3-day evacuation notice issued by the Dapo Abiodun administration, insisting the land belongs to their ancestors. So that's very important. The leaders questioned the decision of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development to ask them to vacate their homes without providing alternative relocation arrangements.
You see the provision of alternatives.
Look, we all want the growth and development of Lagos and Nigeria. Right. It is all for our benefit. When Nigeria looks good, we are all proud of it.
But right. you know all of the we came on here to talk about the new thing that Lagos State government had put in place, the housing estates.
Yes.
That they had put in place.
Yes, and how accessible and affordable.
Till now, we have not had information whatsoever as to whether or not this is accessible or whether people are beginning to purchase or pay
or even how to go about
the entire process. Well, you see this because they have come out to say you can't live there. Ancestral. When you say your land is ancestral, first of all, if we're going to be honest with this, when people settle, there is nobody that's collecting money from you when you settle. And we always say that all lands belong to the government.
Yes.
And they can do with it whatever they please.
Yes.
It's in the constitution, it's in the rule.
It is in the constitution.
It is.
Why we
so
do
when you say exactly, when you say land is ancestral, it belongs to your forefathers.
I mean, but still though, when you're doing your documentation, you still have to consult in most areas. You have to consult the local.
The family that is in charge of that.
Exactly.
Property
area.
Yeah.
Just like with the Amo Odofin local government now. Yeah. You there are certain areas that you have to consult. You have to see the signature or the approval of the local leader of that area. Yes, even here on the island, Oniru, yes. So
and they will give you their own receipts.
They will give you their own receipts, and usually the leaders know the families that own those properties,
right?
And they approve or you allow or permit you to get those properties where you now start processing through the government. The whole process. So yes, it does come in when you say it's your ancestral, it's their ancestral home. It's relevant. At the end of the day, we are Africans.
I understand that fact, but when you think about it from all angles and you begin to analyze the entire situation, I mean, that's why I always go back to the surveyor.
Yes.
The surveyor general, the office, okay, what is this land supposed to be used for? I mean, there's so many things. I think that we even need to do a show as to the list of things that people need to look out for before they purchase a land. Is it under a power line? It's a no.
See,
do you think a road is going to be there? It's a no.
These are the things that getting a professional goes
a long way. Yes, you have to get someone who is professional.
Because it's not just they have that information. It's not just any quack that you see that gives you access to the property. a professional has that information, valuer, legal property professional, or a realtor, they have that information. They've done their research. When anybody gives them a listing and says, okay, help me sell my property or help me lease my property, a professional will do their background check, will do their verification, and make sure that property is up to what they want. They don't just jump at it. Some agents just jump. That's another conversation. But yes, the standard is for them to do that. And when you're working with a professional, you can then ask them to say, okay, I know you for that 5% or 10% that you're taking from this, these are the questions that I have, and it is their obligation to give you the answers to your questions. Okay. Firefighters demand 35 million naira bribe from the from the market leaders to extinguish GNI building fire. It says someone raised alarm that some of the firefighters were demanding additional money for them to extinguish the GNI building fire. That is very sad. The maternal uncle of one of the three brothers who were among the victims of the the Great Nigerian House building fire at Balogun Market on December 24th.
Yeah, they couldn't off the entire because I went to
blamed Lagos State government for his family's tragic loss. At the service of songs held at Lagos State at Jesus the Savior Catholic Church, Mr. Indigye alleged that the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, upon arrival at the scene of the inferno, demanded 35 million naira from the market leaders before they put up the fire.
35 million naira as to something that is your job to do?
There are certain things you hear. And you hope, I believe this is being investigated.
But I hope that it's been investigated. I hope conversations are ongoing because, there's no smoke without a fire.
There is no smoke
for him to have said
that. Had come up as well with our Uroshoki property where we had said some people
had been asking for 1 million naira so that they cannot enlist their house to be demolished.
Bribery is something that we need to
35 million naira to put out the fire.
To do your job. And this is something that some of them said they didn't even have water. Okay. Lagos reduces cost of replacing faded number plates to 20,000 naira. That's good news. The Lagos State government has approved the temporary reduction in the cost of replacing faded and damaged vehicle plate numbers from 30,000 naira to 25,000 naira as a 3-month amnesty and rebate window scheduled to run from January to March 2026. So that means
right now, if your plate number is faded or destroyed, you need to go take advantage of this promo. It is a promo. It's promo. 25 from now till March.
Yes,
it's a promo.
March. I think it's just to encourage Lagosians to go, and because you see some plate numbers that are very, in fact, they are faded and just beaten and cracked and completely damaged. So it's good that there's this reduction. Okay, federal government to spend 15 billion on Ido Bridge repairs sets June 2026 as deadline. The federal government has intensified effort to address long-standing structural and safety challenges on key transport infrastructure. We have a call. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, this is Steve. Good morning.
Hello, Steve. Good morning. Where are you calling from, Steve?
Yes, I'm calling from Lagos. See, there is something that is not supposed to be heard. There's something whereby if yes, that year will follow. Fine. The one they said people are demanding for 35 million before they put up fire. That one has to be investigated, and if it's true.
It does have to be investigated, and if it's true, there should be consequences.
Oh, absolutely, consequences.
Yes. Then on the other one that you said, Lagos said one will replace the faded number.
Yes.
And the broken number with 5,000. See, why all the foreign number you see in a car that brought out from that side?
Yes.
Do you know how many years that number stays without fading? They said that Nigeria will be a number that will fade. Not that they did not say when your number is lost or when your plate number fell off from your car or that this one.
Yeah, faded.
It's a very simple thing for us to hear that the government will do something that will fade.
Well, it's not that they are doing something that will fade. I think some people just don't take care.
Why can't they this is how many years that this is supposed to last. If something happens to it without
will it fade?
Will it fade? Or if something happens to it, then you fade. Or maybe something that will fade. Then there's the last time they said they did a CCTV camera in Abuja. They said some method on CCTV camera. All this, they want to bring some and come to us. So you spend money on it. I don't know what government is doing. They don't be careful. They don't be fair to us. All this Nigerian son, this son, what are they doing? They are there. They are bringing fake something inside this country. They are there.
Substandard.
They bring some standard things in this country. Where are they? Then something will be imported and clear in a port and get to a warehouse. Custom will go there and see how does that thing happen? How did they clear that thing from what? Where did that thing pass from? Honestly, this country don't tire us.
See, we are all doing our best to make do, and I think with what we have, which is where the whole tax thing comes in, and we are hoping that by the time we start paying, more people start paying taxes, it will then trickle down into the little things that we want and expect.
You want to collect tax. You want to collect tax from people not in work. A bank don't push you collect tax from him. People who beg money to go and save in the bank, you collect tax from him. Who does that?
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Mr. Steve. It was good to have your call. Okay, we have another caller on the line. Good morning. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, you have Buchi.
Okay, hello Nyebuchi. How do you want to join this? Where are you calling from?
Fine. I'm calling from AJ City.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to join this conversation?
See, what I know is that sometimes it just looks like some of the Nigerian institutions are not just always ready to tackle issues. When we talk about the fire service, it's only in Nigeria that we see that we want to where fire incident happens, and only to get there with a tank without water. Where do you see that happening? Nowhere. It's just as if we are not always ready.
And it seems like we don't value life.
We don't value life, exactly. It keeps happening again and again, and people are dying, and we just sleep like nothing happened. It's sad. It's sad how we get to this point. Look at our waterways. Do you know how many people that died last week? And this thing has keep happening. Boats keep capsizing, fire incidents, all this stuff. Government is just aloof. It's crazy. It's so sad.
It is actually.
It's really so sad. Okay, imagine. Look, I just feel like during the advent of this usage of gas, I feel like there should be some level of sensitization to sensitize people how to use these things to avoid fire breakouts. Yes. But you just see everything is just happening. Everything just keeps going down every day. The should I say the health system is there.
System. And then we are all affected by this.
Everybody is all affected. Okay, look at what happened to Chimamanda Adichie. Look, it has been happening for a long time.
It has.
Yeah, it has been happening for
one way or the other. We have all been affected.
Yeah, you've been affected.
The negligence.
Yes, just that this one get to hit the high and mighty, and everything is now shaking.
And
this has been happening.
Yes, this has gotten to affect someone that the whole world's attention is on.
So I just feel like we should be screaming and condemning this bad act of this governance, letting them know that they are failing. Because if we keep quiet, it will hit all of us one way or the other. It will hit the rich, it will hit the poor, just like the insecurity issues. It will hit everybody. Everybody is crossing home. So the earlier we begin to speak up, the better it gets. That will be my take for now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Onyebuchi from AJ City. The issue of many of the standards or many of the issues that we have in Lagos State and in Nigeria falling short is something that we cannot over discuss on this show. A lot of us are calling in. A lot of us have called in, having lived every day our lives experiencing some of these consequences of the negligence of the system, of a broken system. It reflects a broken system. Yes, the tragic incidents that happened with the loss of a very popular author's child is something that everybody is now looking at. But the health system has been broken for a very long time. However, this show we're talking about real estate, and we're talking about the broken system even within the real estate and how it affects us as well. It's unfortunate that this rumor, we will say, this rumor with regards to, we are not sure yet, it's being investigated, it has not been confirmed yet, the 35 million naira bribe. It is unfortunate that is something that we are all hearing, and as our caller Steve from Lagos State has said, there are some things that we shouldn't hear at all, and when you hear it, it makes you cringe, because it's like, why is this
it should be unheard of.
Why is this happening? It makes you now wonder, when people when they talk about, oh, let's pay taxes, it makes you think, why am I going to pay more money from my hard-earned cash when out of the money I make, a portion of it is going to cover be backup money funds for health, because you know that anything could happen with health. The portion of it is going to providing yourself electricity, and that portion is going to provide your because at the end of the day, these are things that should come from the public space.
Yes.
However, we can see more and more local government chairpersons saying they are going to make, especially now that the local government now have access to funds.
Yes,
right.
Through the local government autonomy.
Yes.
That was put in place last year.
Yes. So now you can see them saying that when they get these taxes, when they get access to these funds, they are going to actually make an impact and make changes within their community. So we are all hopeful. Right, we are hopeful.
We can only hope.
We are hopeful that we see a change in what is going to happen around us. So it's not just going to be word of mouth where it's not just going to be word of mouth. We're going to be seeing actual change. Okay, so the conversation is still ongoing. We haven't even gone into our short-leg topic, but we're going to go on a quick break. Of course, when we come back from the show, don't forget the numbers to call to join the conversation: 070-569-00927 or 080-509-20927 or 080-250-27711. Okay, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation on everything on Abeokuta Road. We've had some callers coming to talk about the Songo to Mowe to Layemi Mowe Bafo Road, and how it's affected people, and someone has actually lost, people have lost lives, and someone called in to say that he even lost his daughter, which is unfortunate. We've talked about the issue with the fire. Where some people, which is being investigated, where there's information about the firefighters requesting for about 35 million naira to put out the fire. We had some callers call in and talk about the fact that
the system is the problem, and they will refer to Chimamanda's son's demise.
Yes, referring to popular authors' son losing their son in a Nigerian hospital due to negligence. Honestly, I want to say that I also have a personal experience having lost someone very close to me. Because of negligence.
It's how the anesthesiologist injected the stuff with propofol.
Yes, and the fact that the case and my own personal experience, we are still dragging in court, and you can see that their lawyers are so used to tossing these things aside and overlooking it. Right, and it is just unfortunate. Every time you go to court, knowing that the person that you love is no longer alive because of their negligence just breaks your heart and it makes you want to do more. But it's almost frustrating because you can't. How much more can you do? You can only do your best.
It's like the system is rigged.
It is, and it's just because of the global platform that this author has, right? That's why she's drawing attention.
We heard that 2 other children had died beforehand because of this, and we never got to hear that news.
Yes, So let's focus on today's topic on real estate. I think we're supposed to go into this conversation on short-let apartments and the abuse and use of it. I think the last headline that we have is President Tinubu, Vice President Shetina's budget of 9.3 billion naira for travel and refreshments in 2026. In a move that has sparked mixed reaction. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Vice President Kashim Shettima have been allocated a combined total of 9.3 billion naira for their travel expenses and refreshments in the 2026 fiscal year. This revelation comes from the recently released details of the 2026 appropriation bill published by the Budget Office of the Federation. Okay, so today's conversation and what we're discussing is the use of shortlets and private property for business and the abuse of it. So why one of the reasons why we're even talking about this is because there was this lady that had shared on social media where she said a client had reserved her space, her shortlet unit, for 5 days, all right, and had paid for those 5 days. And then after the 5 days, the person had stopped picking her calls and had barricaded himself inside the house. And yes. And stayed there for an additional. The first day they were trying to say please leave. The person refused to leave, and then was not answering anybody's call. Was staying there, enjoying the luxury of the shortlet apartment. And then I think it went about 3 days. They tried to get the. I think they called the person just refused to leave. They had to get the police. And when they called the person that were calling the police, the person said yes, call the police.
How? What?
And then I now went. I got lost in this rabbit hole where I was looking at online information, and apparently this happens where we have some young, maybe not young, some people who go to a shortlet apartment, all right, or an Airbnb, maybe a unit, a space in your compound. They will stay there. They will pay for the first 5 days, and then they will just
stop paying
you. And then they will now stay there, and you have to figure out how to get them out of your. In fact, they become squatters. That's what it is.
Yes,
they become squatters.
It's diabolical. It's a crime.
But you can't really arrest them like that.
You don't have native doctor. You're a native doctor if you do this. Like, it's diabolical to actually think that I give you an apartment to use for a certain period of time. You use it, kindly leave. Oh, you know the one that actually offends me is when they leave the space in a wreck.
In a wreck. Look, see.
I saw a video on social media.
We're going to go into that conversation of a bridal party. Friends, a bridal party that took a shortlet property, and they stayed there. And by the time they left, the owner was damaged, was dirty, was filthy. The person was was overwhelmingly just, what is this? That was the question when I was looking at the videos. Like, why will a human being do this?
One was just one night. It was a couple that had to stay in a shortlet for one night, and the person who owned the shortlet that gave it to them was recording and like, what is this? Look at baby's pampers on one side. I'm like, someone stayed here just for one night and left this place in a wreck like this. Let me see, they stayed there for 3 days.
For 3 days
or 1 week.
It would have been worse.
It would have been a shit. It would have been.
I understand the need to protect tenants, right, and clients from business owners. There are a lot of very exploitative business owners and landlords and property owners, right, who exploit their clients, give you so much bills, and then unjustly try to remove you or double the bill and all of that. Yes, I understand, but there are some tenants and there are some clients that when you see the things and the atrocities that they have committed, you're thinking, I see why some property owners are just crazy, right? Because you cannot now blame this woman now, this person has had this experience with this tenant, telling you that her caution fee is 100% of her rent or the cost of her unit, because she knows that when she had someone that stayed there, the amount of money that she had to spend to put it back in a good condition was double or 3 times what that client paid. So it's like, okay, how do we balance this?
And I hear that quite a number of shortlet owners always collect a particular amount of money for caution fee.
Yes.
And do they return afterwards?
They are meant to return.
They're meant to return.
Yes.
We talked about caution fee a
and
while
we've
back.
talked about that a while
But
back.
some people
and
just
talking about the fact that some of them don't return. But typically for shortlets especially, they get their refund. Yes,
because for a significant period of time. But
especially when there's no significant damage. Yes. But
the damage that we see happen to shortlets.
Yes, the damage that we see, the abuse. It's like, okay, I understand that you're coming to a shortlet apartment because you want to do all the fun things that you cannot do in your own house. I get that. I mean, it makes sense. It's home away from home.
Right.
But then you just
Can you treat it like home away from home?
well, yeah,
exactly. Can you treat it like
can you treat it like
home away from home?
Why are you standing on the bed with your shoes? Why are you standing on the couch with your shoes? Why are you on the table? Why are you breaking glasses? What has this got to do with the TV falling from the wall? Like
There are too many things. There are too many things that could go wrong. And I know that shortlets nowadays, especially during the dirty December.
Yeah,
I'm sure that the reason, one of the reasons why they had to increase the amount of money for these shortlets was because some people damage stuff, and so they have to make up for it. So now we had talked about how, I think it was in passing or 2-3 weeks ago, where we talked about how some people right now at the time were using their shortlets or were charging exorbitant amounts of money for the shortlets. Like for you now, that you call them maybe in October, say I want to use your shortlet in December, and they charge you 65,000 naira, and then when I get there, and then we're 100,000 naira. That's like how many % increase? And the demand, exactly. Aside from that demand, there's also I think they have an idea as to how these people will not leave this place the way they met it. So let me just collect the money that I used to pay ahead of time.
As outside of the caution fee that the person will pay. You see.
I think the reason why things are happening the way that they are.
Well, don't blame the victim.
Really?
See, because in some situations we are the victim, but in some situations we are the terrorists. We are the villains. We are the cause of it. Yeah.
Treat someone's space like,
I know you are paying for it, right? I understand. Okay, yes, you've paid for it, but please, Oga, Madam.
And can these service apartments or shortlets have cleaning agents? Because I don't think that they do.
They typically do.
Because I went to a shortlet one time. I had to call. I said, please, can I get a broom? Or can I get something in the park or something? So at least, because I had somebody had hair done.
Yes.
And there was hair. No, there was hair. You know how you do a wig?
Yeah.
And I tried to, there's obviously going to be hair falling.
Yes.
So I'm like, can I get a broom? We don't have broom. I said, how can you not have broom? So now if I leave this space like this, you not call me on social media to tell me that I'm the one that is destroying your property. And so they have to look for.
No, Lagos slay queen.
You know, there's Instablog has spoiled us with all of these captions.
Okay. So back to the conversation. This December period in Nigeria has always been busy. I mean, colorful. We've talked about that. The fact that we had a lot of people coming in, and amid all of these cities such as Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja, which are of course at the center of all of this experience. We had a lot of people coming in and using our units. So at first glance, there's nothing wrong with using private property for business, right? In fact, many Nigerians now run legitimate businesses from shortlet apartments, photo shoots. Some of them do photo shoots with shortlet apartments, brand activation, podcasts. Some people get shortlet apartments to do podcasts. To do pop-up fashion sales, just a small activity to do Airbnb for the Airbnb experience and remote working hub and all of that, right? In an economy where rent is constantly increasing and office space is really overpriced, so we understand the need for the shortlet apartment, but it's always best to be fair. Would you like it? Like the person that went into a shortlet apartment was cooking. Used it to cook party food, so the whole place was scattered. You could see coolers, soup stain, like that. That's what the person got the shortlet apartment for. The person got that shortlet apartment to cook for a party. The caterer.
No, these are the questions that
the whole house was the whole everywhere had soup stains. You could see that they put the coolers on the tables, on the chairs, on everything. It was just chaos.
How do you do that? You won't do that in your own house. I think that people need to be very.
I mean, that's why they are there. They don't want to use their own house, right?
They use somebody else's property in a way that.
Especially with Lagos State, where if you park anywhere for more than 10 minutes, someone will come and meet you to bill you. It says, "Good afternoon, ma. What's happening here?"
I think it depends on your type of car.
Even if you don't have car. Look, we're all Lagosians. If you go out into the street now, let's just go with spots and just hang around too long. Somebody's, one of those streets, they will come and meet you, and they will soon ask you that, okay, let me protect you. Meanwhile, they are the ones that are causing the need for protection.
Oh, it's how you go on Third Main Avenue. You're driving through, and as soon as something happens to your car, They come from nowhere.
They come from nowhere.
Are they lizards or wall
It's-
geckos hanging on the
You
bridge?
see those shanties that local government persons are trying to pull down? It's those small shanties in the corners. And then also, as I mentioned, you see some people just lying down in the corners, just wrap themselves in paper bag and just lie down on the street.
And
waiting. That's what they are doing. When they see you have opportunities here, and then, they all start coming out of the wood, out of the corners.
It's out of the woods. Because it has to be you coming out of the woods.
Okay, so post Dirty December, property owners, neighbors have been left dealing with the serious issues relating to the abuse of use of shortlet, noise pollution, damaged property, and all of that. And it's something that a lot of property owners are complaining about now.
Right.
Okay. We will still I think we've come to the end of. Oh wow, today is almost over.
I know.
I was going to say that we will still cover how to protect your short-let businesses as a business owner, all right, from these kind of damages and reckless clients. I
think we can do that next week.
Yes, we can cover that next week because the conversation on short-let we've not been able to cover, explore that fully. Okay, so today's show has been another exciting episode. We had some very key conversations. We had some very passionate callers, and by the way, for those who called, our first 5 callers, we have vouchers. Please send a message with your name and where you called from to 080-273-51727, or send an email to info@realestateMatters.today. I repeat the number to call, 080-273-51727. You can send a message to your name and where you called from, or send an email to info@realestateMatters.today so you can get your voucher for joining today's show.
Okay, I think that's pretty much what we bring to you today.